It's that same issue where, for some reason, my Ethernet will just forget the default gateway exists, and I have to quickly turn off and turn back on the adapter. And my internet, or my wireless, just doesn't work anymore. So, we'll look into that at another time. But for now, we haven't been here for a while, so, Dungeon Master Icey, would you like to give us a recap and tell us a story?
The moment, there's an ad playing. Okay, we're good.
Ads. Oh, yes, I would. Well, last time, you guys made your way fully through the Fire Temple. If I remember right.
Yes.
And found out some very interesting things. Turns out Syldra was not one of the originals, and Hex was. After learning of this revelation, you guys headed back to the Dwarven capital and spoke with the king about their now dead dragon. And after spending a night of fun and some debauchery between parties, I'm sure, you guys decided to take a little bit of a break and head north to the arena. We'll now head that way.
If you're getting a certain proposal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my bad. It's been a week. Actually, it's been 2 weeks.
It was literally like a massive thing in that session.
To quote Dennis, we have slept since then.
Shut up, the DM is only human.
Yeah, a week is like a million years in D&D time.
No trouble.
I'm not the infallible Christian god. I am the flawed and vulnerable Greek gods. So, meh.
So you turn into swans and...
Geese.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, whatever suits your fancy.
So, we'll pick up right there. Right here. Whoever wants to... Oh, D&D,
I'll do
good
is
things.
Oh, yeah.
Cloak and fine silks. And for Vilo, we'll have to decide whether we want to put him in attacks or we want to be a little more less formal with ruffs and just Dane is talking about the wedding.
as I understand it, Dane, they usually go for more rustic look.
Well, up, so let Dane have his fun.
Dan, I am upgrading you from wingman to best man.
Oh my goodness!
If that is fine with Vilo.
Oh, of course it is. Besides, you gave me the ring. You're technically the one wearing the trousers in this relationship by dwarven standards.
It's You're an equal to me, though.
Yeah, but do you remember that the woman who raised me, Escobel, Matron Escobel, has like 20 husbands? Like, the women can take as many hubbies as they want.
That is a perk, yes.
But I reckon I'm man enough for you. Just saying.
Anywho, are you ready to be my big catch cow today?
Today and every other day.
I forget, are we doing arena stuff today?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
You guys are in Arena City now.
Alright, since I feel like everyone's a little confused about how to approach the situation, when we left during the last session, there was a week before more arena shenanigans, I believe?
Yeah.
So we have a week in universe to decide stuff before we can get to the arena stuff. So if everyone wants to plan and just do wedding shenanigans during the 1 week space...
I mean, we can go and do stuff at the arena. At least that's what the posters here say.
Yeah, they told you that the gauntlet is only held once a week, but the arena is always open for one-on-one fights or just fight who's there.
So, I mean, we could make a little bank before.
How's this for a plan, Vilo? Our honeymoon? The gauntlet.
Hey, that's how you guys want to do it. Fine by me.
Oh, maybe you want that to be an after-party sort of thing. And honeymoon be just between me and you, eh, Vilo?
Absolutely.
There will be sandwiches, don't you worry.
Who said anything about sandwiches? You?
Well, yes.
He's turning to a random member of the party. He ends up looking at Syldra. Did you say something about sandwiches before? Or
No.
did I just did I just miss half a conversation here?
I think you might have missed half the conversation.
You know, after parties at weddings, you get like these buffets and you get little finger foods, and you know.
Yeah,
You've not been
usually.
to a wedding?
Oh, of course, I have been to weddings before. I mean, I might not be the biggest socialite, but I've been to I've been to weddings.
Alright, I reckon I'm going to help all of you out here.
I just
'Cause
was a little bit
fighting-
overwhelmed.
Fighting helps me think. So I reckon we should like spruce up our equipment,
Oh, yes.
then fight some in the arena,
Oh, yes.
then we'll do some wedding stuff. Is that fair for everyone?
Sounds like a plan.
There we go then. Let's see.
I'm going to be betting a lot on you, Vilo.
Oh yeah, I mean, so you should. It's an easy bet.
And I have an advantage. Nobody knows your odds. I do. You're a sure winner.
They might not let you bet on him the first round then.
Aww. I'll feign ignorance, obviously.
Yeah, I'm just saying, the bookie might not accept your bet.
I see why reason why not.
Well, I'll try anyway.
They wouldn't give you the best ratios. You wouldn't get a decent payout with an unknown. They tend to be a little bit reserved. I mean, I've been in the business after all.
Grimble, grumble.
Hey, that's my shtick.
Meh, it's mine now. Let's spruce up our equipment then.
Yeah, I mean, like, don't some of you guys use bows? There's an archery shop right there.
Yes,
Vilo just
yeah.
nods towards it.
I've been eyeing that this whole conversation. It's like, I mean, my shortfall's nice and all, but I wonder if I can get something a bit nicer.
Well, let's go then.
Like a longbow.
Well, I'm not exactly proficient in those.
Well, it's the same, just longer, isn't it?
Do you know how strong you need to be to pull one of those back?
No, but how difficult could it be?
Very. The force required to pull back a longbow can break someone's arm.
Oh, I didn't know that. I usually don't use bows.
Yes, they're called longbows for a reason, because they're long.
Okay. So, does that mean that a crossbow is just cross?
I don't know.
Uspon has no idea about bows.
I mean, I'm sure
Just
someone
putting
who's
this
been
out.
hit by a crossbow thinks it's cross.
It's called a crossbow because of the shape it takes whenever it's ready.
I'll remember this the next time you want to talk about swords or something.
Okay.
I like swords.
Swords are
I could-
nice.
Welcome to Gurney.
Perhaps you should.
Yeah, you got it.
Perhaps
I
you should
wish-
write up a. Perhaps you should write up a contract for Vilo that he can decide whether or not that he likes the swords he finds in our travels.
I very much wish I could learn to use weapons, but unfortunately, it's not possible.
Is this due to some sort of robot-y thing?
Yes, it's a programming limitation. I can't use weapons.
Maybe that could be overcome.
Have you ever tried?
How else would I know I couldn't use them unless I'd tried?
Well, well, if you
Chill out.
think
It's all right. It's
if-
all right. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's just that if you think you know that you can't do it, you might still be able to do it. I mean, that's how I
Let's.
learned to love the hammer.
Well, I think what he's trying to convey. Well, let's try a little thought experiment. Uspon, can you
Yes.
fly?
To be honest, I've never tried. Let me just see. And he hops around. The takeoff doesn't work really well, but at least I tried.
Something while he is. I'm not trying to make this take too much longer, but
Syldra basically just instantly wastes one of the key points, just flies straight up.
and while
Yes,
they're
you-
watching that, sorry, go ahead.
Derkork.
What she was gonna do is, what weapons is Uspon carrying?
Uspon, if you want, I do have my my warhammer. If
Well,
you
she
want
didn't-
to try that.
She wasn't asking. She was just. I'm asking
Yeah,
as
he
a
has
play.
he has a warhammer. He has a great axe and a stone maul, and an ice warhammer that he's probably not willing to let go.
No daggers
If
or
she-
anything like
no.
that.
No daggers, no bladed
Hmm.
weapons.
Cloak-and-Dagger.
Well, outside of the great axe, I mean,
No, that's okay. Never mind then. Go right ahead.
he's unfortunately out of javelins, which do have a pointy end.
Speaking of javelins, we need to restock on some firm.
Yeah, there's a few things I might want to stock up on. Mostly dignity, though.
So, should we
Okay.
look around?
Correction
Yes,
was
we
just supposed to
should.
be in here. Correction was
you've
just
been
30
holding-
feet in here.
You can come down now. I've stopped trying to take off.
I don't think I don't think she's coming back.
Okay, Max.
Honestly, I think we talked too much shit and she got bored.
Yeah, I agree with that, because I've been
I have
holding
to
the
fit-
store for 5 minutes.
Oh, thank you for holding that open for me. Cloak just walks in.
You're welcome.
I was just thinking. Sorry.
Oh,
Terribly sorry about that.
Come on, the blame is on all of us, Uspon.
Yeah, but Uspon has has seemingly shrunk down from his 5'6" to 5'3". He's trying to make himself as small as possible right now.
oh.
Because he's been told of the big beefy boy.
Oh, come on, ain't that big a deal. Stand up straight, man.
He is intimidating.
Syldra's just kind of got that, smug kid look on her face.
Meanwhile, Serenity looks over at Uspon and very playfully says, Uspon, do you require us to reaffirm your presence? Do you require us to make you reassured?
No, it's all right.
Okay, now that everyone is finally finished with their bits, we can actually get some shopping done.
Yep.
Yes, please.
Anyway.
I can just imagine in the background Icey's getting everything ready while we are doing all this shit.
Yeah.
Why do you think we do the bits? So that we can assure that everything is ready and perfect. Can be as perfect as one can make it.
Well, now I feel like a dick for trying to keep the game moving.
No, it's good.
It's both. So.
Well, as far as
Besides, Serenity's the only one who runs on bits.
Bits and bytes. Anyways, so you walk in. There's a dwarven Fletcher behind a little desk, currently working on a bow.
Excuse me.
No problem.
And I'll say what I had planned for the shops in this town is you can pretty much find anything that you've found in any shop up to date.
Okay, it's one of those.
I should be back in a few minutes.
Yeah, it looks like they don't have javelins in here. We're probably the blacksmith then.
Oh, it's an archery shop, Opson, so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we were talking about javelins a little earlier.
Alas, no upgrade on my short bow.
I mean, they do have a longbow here. But you said that doesn't really work for you.
Yes, unfortunately, it does not. I can deal a lot more damage with a short bow, even if a longbow is a far superior weapon.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pull a monster hunter and have elemental bows as well as elemental ammo for the bows. It's one or the other.
Is that really as far as it goes in D&D with short bows? There's nothing higher than a short bow.
Well, you
The
can get
longbow,
plus
really.
ones.
You can get magical bows and things like that that give it, as Kubur says, the plus ones and such. But other than that, it's just that goes up to the longbow.
I mean, I see that little fancy short bow over there. What does the tax say? 150 gold pieces.
Oh, are you just making stuff up?
No, Port Lagiana.
Oh
Archery
yeah,
shop.
sorry. Derp.
Nope. You're not there yet.
Oh, okay.
Anywhere
must
you've
have
been so far.
Okay. I'm sorry, I did forget that we hadn't been there before.
Husband's reading ahead in the script.
We're gonna have to.
No, I'm just looking at the call sheet.
We're gonna have to give you some amnesiacs.
I have to bap you on the nose with a newspaper.
Also, Dane, you're not on the list for that day. Oh wait, I had my thumb over your name. Sorry.
So, Frux,
Yeah.
I've been looking into your class and what weapons are available to you. Yeah, there is nothing really better weapon-wise than what you have right now that rogues can use. So if you want to buy something, just stock up on arrows.
Yeah, I'm going to stock up on I'm gonna sell 20 of my normal arrows and replace them with 20 necrotic arrows.
What templates do we have to expect?
So the math for that would be Cloak would get 50 copper pieces.
You know, I don't want to handle copper.
It will be
5 silver pieces.
Oh, okay.
Is that all you're doing here?
Yeah, just getting the necrotic arrows. I can do the maths for that, for necrotic arrows. 20 would be... $20 times 2 is... Hey.
That concentration.
Is that right? It would be 40 gold for 20 necrotic. Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
I don't know why I struggled with that so much.
Because you're put on the spot to quickly do math.
Yeah, this is why we all fail at basic math in D&D, because we have to do it instantly. And our brains go, ah!
And I am famously shit at maths.
I think we all think we're shit at maths, though, so...
Our brains turn into Rascal having an existential crisis?
Absolutely!
My brain kind of makes a squish panic noise. Yeah,
Accurate.
exactly.
No existential crisis,
I'm done with the.
Rascal.
I'm done with the myth.
Alright,
No.
presume no one else has business with the archery shop.
Oh, can someone post the stats for the necrotic arrows?
Those are an Icey creation, so...
Yes, 1 second.
Sorry.
Yes.
I have no power here.
I'm just picturing the necrotic arrows and this like bone bow that's like made of like cartoon skeleton pieces all strewn together. Like it's amazing, and it like fires these like skeletal arrows, spectral arrows.
Icey, did you get that message I sent you?
Yes. Yep. If you want to do that, go ahead. Yeah, no. They easily notice you leaving.
Yeah.
Where are you going, Syldra? You don't want to join in our shopping?
I was getting hungry.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah, go check out the eats here. Let us know if there's anything good.
Okay.
Don't start any fights without us.
It's just she's already scuttled off out of rage before you get a chance to say that.
So,
I'm not paying for her bail.
Hopefully she'll keep the fighting to the arena.
well, what kind of friend are you if you won't post your friend's bail?
Well, if she's not going to be there, then let me see the fight. No fun.
I'm pretty sure we all could pay for our own bail, like hundreds, maybe even thousands of times over at this point.
Well, I suppose it really depends on the severity of the crime. doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm implying that minor misdemeanors, like a punch up in the tavern.
Sweetheart, when do I ever do anything in a minor way?
Yes, yeah. A good friend will bail you out of jail. A great friend will be in that jail cell with you, going, "She didn't look," smoking a cigarette, going, "She didn't look like no cop, did she?"
A friend will help you move. A real friend will help you move the body.
Yes.
Best friends.
I have no idea what you're talking about with that big voice in the sky.
Well, if all the other shops have items we've already seen, assuming all the other shops are like the Fletchers here, I don't see any reason for me to do any shopping. I got what I need.
All I need to do is stock up again on javelins, so I have a little bit of reach.
Well, let's check the javelin. Then.
Let's see.
5 silver pieces per javelin.
Exactly. That's how they usually go, unless you want to have them have a different price.
Might I recommend you retrieve them next time?
I can't really blame him. They kind of burned up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, throwing a wooden javelin at a lava monster, it does tend to ignite.
Yeah.
The
Though I didn't know if there were knights.
Yep. A javelin's gonna be 5 silver pieces per.
Alrighty then. Then let me get... you know what? I should probably bring one spare just in case. So... 5 javelins, that's 5 times 5 is 25. That's 2 gold and 5 silver. Okay. Yeah,
So I presume with that, Upson's done his shopping.
yeah. I mean,
I actually do have a question about that.
Yep.
How many arrows can fit in a quiver?
20.
Doesn't mean you can't. I think can't have more on you.
Yeah, we worked out a solution that we just wrap them up in like
Okay.
fabric or something.
So Hex actually, or not Hex, Serenity actually comes forward, and I want to ask the GM something. If you'll indulge me very quickly, GM, I'm sending you a message.
Oh, I see. She's going to try to use them as mini javelins.
Oh god.
That's kind of what I do, but you have to fire at me first.
Yeah, love the fact
Did Syldra just reappear with a turkey leg there?
You know, Bloody
No,
does
she's
take the
got-
simple solution, guys.
She's
You
got,
can't just...
she's got a huge pastrami, cheese, and piccolo sandwich.
Where did you get that
How
so
did you
quickly?
get that?
I just had this idea of Serenity's hand like breaking apart into segments into a bow.
Haha.
It's like a little,
Not quite.
it's like a little sandwich vendor thing around the corner.
To be honest,
No,
I actually envisioned it more like her playing darts.
Let me see.
There's no way that would work.
It's Serenity.
Oh yeah, our robot friend who keeps getting smushed into paste.
Well, at least she would be able to keep some distance between her and the enemy.
Very soft metal.
Well, I'm afraid not everyone can be a slab of beef like you, my dear. And as Dane says, I'm just gonna pat Vilo in the pecs.
To be honest, if you want for projectile sort of things, like dart things you can have.
I did not catch a word of that. You kept cutting out, Seth.
I think Seth was saying.
Alright. I have these dart things you can have.
Oh yeah,
No, I can't.
darts.
I can't use weapons.
You must. Okay, you are a rogue, right?
Yes.
Part of our character. Shut up.
Okay,
And
just wanted to help.
Yeah, just saying, if you want them, I've got them. So
That's all
they'd
right.
be better if you throw them in arrows.
That's all right. I have a different idea.
And DLC, the answer to your question would be anything but poison.
Okay. then she's going to buy. Would she reasonably be able to carry a quiver and then another 20 like strapped to something on her back or something? Like a second quiver or something? I don't know how quivers work.
Basically, you can have multiple quivers, but you only really work from one at a time because they're unwieldy to carry multiple. So you could buy multiple quivers and then just stash the rest of them in the bag of holding until you need them.
Yeah. So she's actually going to buy 40 fire and ice arrows, 20 each.
Okay.
And I don't know how much that will cost.
What did I say? 2 gold per?
Yes.
That's 40, I believe. My math, yes.
Yeah, 40.
40 gold.
If we're going
each.
by
And so
40 each, so
gold.
80 total.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh yes, 80 total. Yes.
Okay. So she buys those and she puts them into the bag of holding and says, "You need to remember we have these. I have a feeling we're going to need them."
She's not wrong. We may as well stock up and get some just in case. We have already encountered some specialized elemental enemies, so no harm in having something like this on hand.
If we go where we think we're going, we might meet other people like me.
I was thinking more people like the elemental, but yes.
I'm thinking of people like me.
Well, in that case, wouldn't be something like an acid arrow. Oh wait, did we even encounter something like that? Does
I'm
it
resistant.
exist?
She says I'm resistant to acid.
I did once. I woke up a week later in a different country.
These two will be the most effective.
Well, if you say so.
I know myself.
Well, what are we standing around here for? We should all get a little bite and then see what's going on at the arena.
Well, Vilo wanted to buy a long sword of lightning.
Oh, sorry, Vilo. I didn't want to keep you from that.
No, it's fine. You're all having your bits. I already checked it. So it's 70 gold for the longsword, so I just need its stats.
Let's see. Which one are you?
Longsword of lightning.
For what city?
Shoot, where was it? Port Kirizara.
Okay. Sort of lightning. There you go.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, you can all go do your thing now. I'm just going to add this to my sheet.
Thing is, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done too, Vilo.
I'm talking about character while I'm doing all this, guys.
Okay. Yeah, but still, my character's done for the day. In terms of what he needs.
Alright, then I guess we're all headed to the tavern. Unless you want to get down to the fight.
There's no good reason to fight with an empty stomach. And seeing that Syldra's holding that pastrami sandwich.
Yes, making everybody hungry.
What is left of it? The two pieces of crumb.
Yeah, pretty much.
Where did you get that?
It's a place around the corner, like a little kiosk.
You certain you didn't just buy someone's lunch?
Nope.
Yes. Bye.
You say that as if you walked out and stole it from somebody.
I didn't intend to imply such a thing.
I think I implied that.
Well, let's go get something to eat. And then we'll go and watch Vilo do some fantastic butchery at the arena.
Okay, Vilo, eat plenty of protein. I want you at peak performance.
Oh yeah, but I can't eat too much or else I'll get cramp.
Oh,
It's like everyone forgot that this is my home turf kind of thing.
Oh, you want to? It's beat the competition. You target him first.
What are you paying me to? Fudge his luck a little.
Well, we'll see how you go, Upson. It will be rather interesting to see how you two square off with each other, but hopefully you won't have to.
I will literally take you all on and kick all of your asses.
Vilo, I have no doubt that you will break my hollow bird bones like grass reeds.
Well, actually, you're the one I'm worried about the most.
Vilo, last night, arm wrestling. That's all I'm going to say about that.
He was tired, right, Vilo? And he had a lot to drink. He was all noodly.
Noodly.
You don't need to defend your darling dearest.
I want to.
Oh, absolutely adorable.
Damn right.
No, I'll make no excuses for it. Upson beat me fair and square last night, but that was last night. This is today, and this is a real fight, not just arm wrestling.
Oh, so you don't want me to go easy on you, okay?
No, of course I don't. I'd be insulted if you did.
All right, I'm just saying for the betting crowd that, as I said, I would be willing to fudge things a little if you're catching what I'm putting down.
I mean, Vilo points to Syldra. Do you think she's going to go easy on anyone?
Nope.
Yes, it's her I'm worried about the most.
All right.
I just realised I'm not getting in that arena. I'll be destroyed.
Oh, great, then I'll be fine then.
Vilo, all you need to do is get close to me and I am screwed.
Yeah, but you make things explode with magic.
And she has wings. He has wings.
I have wings.
That's true as well. But you need to use that key to fly, don't you?
I'm also pretty sure that Vilo could pick up a bench and throw it at me.
Oh, that is true.
If there is a bench available. Oh, yes, Uspon. You're forgetting one thing. Had Vilo raged during the arm wrestle, it would have been a very, very, very different story.
Well, if he had raged during the arm wrestling, he wouldn't have been arm wrestling anymore.
It's true.
You know, all this trash talk is getting delicious, but we should go eat, and then I want to see how this turns out.
Yes, I am eager to make lots of gold off my delectable cash cow as she just rubs his chest.
But Dane, maybe we two should talk in case you want to bet on something.
Oh.
Well, you know, as I said, I'm willing to compromise my fighting abilities.
Are you
but it comes with a little price.
Are you asking me to pay you to throw the fight?
Well, it's a guaranteed win, then, isn't it?
Unsporting of you, Upson.
Well, to be honest, it's what I've made most of my money with.
I mean, if someone finds out, you could get in a lot of trouble here.
No, I fought with a mask on and without the mustache. Why do you think that thing is detachable?
Well, I thought the same reason most people wear toupees. Shame.
It's not because I have a bald spot.
Well, I have I don't have a bald spot. I'm completely covered in hair, as a matter of fact. Technically, I have a mustache too, and the beard. Technically.
Yes.
Speaking of identity, I probably shouldn't participate in the arena.
The breaking the masquerade, so to speak.
That's
Exactly.
probably for the best, Serenity. As much as I'd like to see you perform.
Serenity looks very disappointed. She says, yeah, it occurred to me that that's probably a bad idea.
Can you run simulations to make it seem like you were participating, you know?
I do that all the time anyway.
Run the stats of the fighters against your own, see who comes up on top. That's kind of like competing, isn't it?
I would need to know more about them. Is there a loadout? Sorry.
No, you first.
Is there like a breakdown of who these people are so she can see if she knows any of them and run some schematic checks?
We're fighting each other.
Oh, just can she try to calculate who's gonna win and her guess?
I mean, that's just up to you, isn't it, D?
Well, I wasn't sure. I meant like mathematically. Can she run like just a purely mathematical outcome probability machine? Would she be able to do that, the DM? Since that's her whole shtick, is predicting and circumventing combat.
You wouldn't know who's fighting until after they've already appeared.
There's too many variables. I wouldn't be able to do that.
I was literally thinking that Serenity was going to pull up, like, become a scouter and try to calculate power levels.
I was thinking
over 9,000.
I was thinking stat cards from Kubur and Naruto.
Gonna just say it's over.
Kick his ass, snap.
I was just gonna say it's over 9,000.
Perhaps
It's not upside down. It's actually over 9,000.
And if I may know, maybe they have some kind of tournament of minds as well, like, I don't know, dragon chess.
Oh,
You would be able to. You would be able to compete.
I just had the most awesome idea. Giant-sized chests, but actually with people's pieces, you have to fight each other. You get to it and.
The Royals do that sometimes with paupers. It's usually quite entertaining.
It's good to be the king.
They get paid well and they get a good meal.
Only 2 people will get my joke. Reference.
I got it.
But maybe they have a game. Maybe they have some sort of mind combat as well for you, Serenity.
Well, I just don't know why she can't fight, because Hex is dead, isn't she?
Yes.
This person doesn't even look like Hex.
But it's more about if I get cut.
If the nature of her identity, the nature of her.
Hex had a very distinct look under her skin.
She's not wrong. As much as I would love to see her participate as well, we would best err on the side of caution.
She seems just as squishy as the rest of you, if you ask me. And he loudly sniffs.
Vilo, when this is done and you've recovered, I'd like to engage you one-on-one.
Now that would be fun, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I'll be sure not to breathe on you too hard.
We'll see.
Oh, someone's getting a little cocky.
Oh no, it's all based on statistical evidence, and he just like pokes his like snout. As if he's being really clever.
There is a statistical possibility that I'm going to kick your ass.
Aren't you the one who was just offering to throw the fight?
Well, I'm offering it to you. I'm not offering it. But if he is talking smack too much, I might no longer offer my services in this regard.
Oh, please, you guys can't even bring yourself to go get a meal on time. I doubt you'd be any more prompt in beating me in a combat.
Wrestling skills are not equivalent to combat skills.
Well, how about we... I'm going to assume that we were eating while we were having this debate.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
were
I
we?
didn't realize we were eating.
That's what I figured.
I thought we were
I
all
don't-
just wasting time again.
I thought
No,
we were still a bit shocked, to be honest.
no, I thought we were moving along. And
No, we started
having
moving
conversation.
towards the tavern before these two got into shit talking.
Yeah, my goodness.
Yeah, it's like it's like we're back at the playgrounds.
I've
Oh,
already...
look at me! I am a great big hunk of beef, and I know everything, and I'm going to kick all your asses. No, you're fucking not.
I'm just confident in my hubby, fiance.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not having any beef with his beef. I'm not taking any issue with his capabilities. But if he talks smack, then he deserves a good smack.
You talk smack and you get smacked back.
No, I'm literally just... I'm being serious. I'm basing my assessment on statistical evidence. Despite being made of metal, Hex gets beat up really easily. Oh, Serenity.
That's what you get. That's what you get when you're made out of tinfoil.
Of course
Still.
Hex gets beat up easily. That's why she died, remember?
Yes, and besides
Yes.
that, usually there are 5 of me.
Of her, you mean?
That is
Oh,
true.
Yes.
You say this point Syldra is eating a giant pretzel.
Where did you get that?
In that-
That's
Consider
fine.
that-
Is there a pretzel store around here as well?
Yeah, Syldra just kind of points to a kiosk bit behind.
Well then,
Consider-
Serenity,
Dane
Yeah,
goes
I
and gets a
hope-
pretzel.
I hope that you will be tougher than our dear departed friend Hex.
I hope so too.
May I suggest, in order to avoid her grisly fate, you invest some points in Constitution. Just improving it, you gotta have, like, good tea, sit-ups, push-ups, plenty of juice, that sort of deal. I'll toughen you up.
That's
Is that
good
food?
advice, though.
Is that food vendor following our monk around? Lady, she's putting my kids through college.
Yes.
Wizard school ain't cheap!
Yeah, I'm taking a bucket of your chicken wings. Yeah, you keep the change.
So what is on the menu? Assuming we're already eating, I'd like to actually decide what it is I'm already eating.
I don't really have a menu for this town, so
You are eating nondescript food.
Oh, my favorite.
Consume and replenish.
It's like that scene in Hook where it's like imaginary food.
Yeah, that's what I imagine nondescript food will look like.
I assume they might have the same stuff you would find in the other city.
you are eating food. Food.
Oh, great! It comes in a can.
Yes, someone got that reference.
Yeah.
You can get. I'd probably say it's mainly fast food vendors and sort of stuff, like pretzels, hot dogs, corn dogs, that sort of thing.
Not gonna lie,
It's next to an arena, so that makes sense.
I legitimately like the idea of ye old hot dogs. Have a sausage in a bun!
It's like,
Would
it's
you
just
like
big
a
old-
sausage in a roll? Would you
just
like
like
it with a troll?
It's just like a big old brothwurst in like a loaf of bread.
I love 30!
I had that for breakfast. Not even joking.
Really?
How did have?
I had some
hot
Bratwurst
wieners?
sausage left over, and I had some bread, and I couldn't be arsed to go to the shop, so I made Bratwurst and wrapped it in bread.
Well, if
That's
you
actually
got
that's
'em.
actually a little topic. It's actually kind of traditional food over here. You usually get your bratwurst with either a roll or slice of toast bread.
Ooh, nice.
So white bread. Ice cream! Anyone ice cream? Do you scream for ice cream?
What's happening right now?
I have no idea.
I don't know, but that vendor sounds very familiar.
All I know is that the ice cream vendor has the little beholder pom-pom bubble thing on his hat.
It's adorable.
Ice cream!
You know, if this were like set in Torah, I'd be suspicious of that beholder bobblehead, because Xanathar would be watching through it.
Only in Waterdeep.
Josh?
What is this water deep you speak of?
No, don't.
I have no idea what you're talking about there. I don't know of any deep waters. I mean, that's deep water between the islands. If that's what you're talking about. Otherwise, I have no clue what you might mean.
We're going off the rails again.
We were off the rails 5 minutes ago.
That's why I said again. I just got you back on and we started falling off again.
Vilo, let's talk battle strategies. What's your
Back on track and have some fun.
Yes. What's your plan? Hit things hard, yes?
Bro, yeah. What else is there?
Hit things harder?
Absolutely.
And
Now,
then
as soon as you guys are done with your food, I'm ready to start unleashing cans of buttwood.
to be honest,
eating.
to be honest, these chicken wings are really delicious. Keenly fried chicken. Yeah. I don't know who Keenly is, but they should probably start. They should probably start a chain.
Syldra sneaking towards a souvenir store with basically a fancy equivalent of one of those giant foam fingers.
Oh my god, that's...
I'm glad to see that she's cheered up a bit.
Yeah, I like this side of Syldra.
It's a lot lighter than what we've seen recently.
No more pouty kitty.
She comes back with it on her head.
Why is the middle finger that's pointing up?
This is
I know, but he
glorious.
said it was special. He said it was for special customers only.
Were you
Okay.
rude to this person by any chance? Did they seem quite miffed at you?
No.
This is glorious.
Anyway, we should probably get to the arena and see.
Yes, I wish to
if
see
we
some
can-
bloodshed.
If we can get in.
Syldra, you're not planning on wearing that during the fight, are you?
Not during my fight, no.
Ah, shame.
She's going to wear it during our fight, eh, Vilo?
Oh,
Somehow Syldra knows perfectly well this is supposed to go on her hand.
I would
When
like
do you
to
do the
wish
arena?
you the best. I would like to wish you the best, Uspon. But you're gonna cost me a lot
know.
of money if you win.
Let's say it gets to be late afternoon by the time you guys get all your shopping and dining done. And you see people are already filing into the arena. You see the main entrance where all the spectators are entering. And you see a contestant entrance off to the right.
Vilo, I think we both should be going over there.
Vilo's already headed there.
Yep.
He's
Yeah,
had
but-
enough talk.
You go get him.
Have fun, my favorite beefcake. And you too,
Ah.
Epson.
Can I see where I can place bets?
Yes, there is a bookie just inside the entrance.
Well, I suppose I better wait for Vilo to be part of the roster before I start placing bets on him, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wait for the
Vilo-
announcement then.
Vilo, Uspon, and who else wanted to?
Syldra.
and Syldra, you will all go over to the contestant entrance. A older dwarf stops you and says, "Can I get your names?"
That would be Vilo Boldbody, my son.
Alright, and what's your class?
Ah, that would be a good old-fashioned barbarian.
Alright.
I scream lots on the hit stuff.
And you? He says, pointing at Uspon.
The name's Uspon Lainstoots. I'm a champion fighter.
Alright.
With a gladiator background, so I know exactly this stuff around here.
La-di-da.
Yeah, you know the deal, and so do I.
You know the rules.
And...
Yes, I do know the deal.
And you? He says, pointing at Syldra.
Syldra. I'm a monk.
Alright. Well, normally I would say go ahead and disarm and the armor yourselves, but you're arriving in the evening, so it's no holds barred.
That's the way I like it.
So, any weapons or armor you got are allowed right now. Just remember, you come back and compete during the day. Fists only.
Good to know.
Do you have a cleric on hand in case someone has a really, really nasty accident?
Oh, yes, we call the fights to the death, and you just finger air quotes, but we have a cleric on hand at all times.
Yeah, just wanting to make certain that we all get out of this with our heads still attached to ourselves.
Well, not before you get a chance to glimpse at your makeup, Upson.
Two things. Uspon and speak for yourself, my friend. And he actually reaches out to Vilo and pats him on the shoulder. As much as he can.
Yeah.
Look, this is just friendly banter.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong, but I'm still gonna kick your ass.
Well, so will I.
You watch as the little dwarf finishes writing down everything and hands the papers off to an assistant who takes it over to the bookie, who then looks over at the three of you, gives a little smirk, and starts putting high odds against you.
Ooh.
Okay.
And then, so when the odds are put up, Serenity is going to go with Cloak to make a bet.
As will Dane.
She goes, she places a big bag of gold onto the counter containing 10,000k. And she puts it all on her Vilo.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of money if Uspon wins.
A whisper, and Serenity whispers to Cloak and says, she says, you should put it on and see what they do with the odds if you put that down, if they can do this, for Vilo to win all his combats.
Yeah, what now? I thought that was betting
Oh,
on
I
one
thought it was just for one combat.
No, I'm betting on the whole thing.
You're betting on... Yeah, not like the whole thing. Yeah, that's what she's suggesting, is to bet to have him win all his combat.
Yes.
Dane's gonna have a look to see how many matches that they're gonna be fighting and if they're gonna be fighting each other.
Okay. So
I suspect they might be going gauntlet style.
Well, the gauntlet's another time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's basically what I'm asking. Is it like tournament mode where they're going to end up fighting each other, an overall winner, or is it just they're all going to fight their own opponent?
It's going to be tournament style. starting out with 8 contestants.
Ooh.
And I need more D8s.
Welcome to the Budokai's, Syldra.
I have 10 more. I have 20 d8s, but I'm fairly certain you wouldn't trust my rolls.
Well, I needed a second one because I'm gonna do this. To begin with is roll who I've already selected and okay. So give me 1 minute here.
I'm curious as to what's being chosen for the ornament music.
Funny you said that. I'm looking through my YouTube likes for some music. Ah, there it is. It's that remix of Hunter's Chants you found for me, Frux.
Yeah!
So,
I'm gonna put that on as well.
how many do I have now?
I'm gonna pick some traditional Dragon Ball.
9.
Hey, go for it.
At least we get to the final. At least we get to the final. Then it's got to be ultimate battle.
Nice.
So
I need you to throw me, Saiyan.
and
Do,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well,
Holy crap.
Dane isn't going to risk putting any money on Upson because Upson already offered to take a dive.
Well,
Would
So-
not take a dive for everyone, but
Dane doesn't know that. Dane doesn't know whether or not he's going to offer to take a dive for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't very shrewd of you, Uspon.
this makes me wonder though, has Upson taken a dive during his gladiator career?
You wouldn't be a gladiator
He
if you
said
didn't.
he did.
yes, he did. As he said, he was working under a mask and without a mustache.
Ah.
To be
Rascal
honest,
would
it
be
was
disappointed.
to be honest, it was more like WWE style wrestling.
Ah.
See, Dane
But
would have
still-
put money on Upson, except Upson offered to take a dive, and Dane doesn't know whether or not he'd offer that to someone else. So, not gonna risk it.
You really think that I would offer that to anyone, eh?
My dear, you offered it to me. Also, you're in the contenders entrance. You're nowhere near us.
Actually, for the DM,
Yeah.
can Cloak find any novelty bull horns anywhere?
Boar horns.
Bull
horns?
Bullhorn.
Um,
Well, they had this thing called the Vuvuzela, but apparently they're banned.
Yeah, you can improvise.
yeah,
Cloak.
there's novelties. There's little novelty sellers. Lighting
Yeah, I'm
down.
going hardcore into cheering on Vilo here.
Oh.
I mean, they,
Somebody get Cloak a cheerleader's outfit.
Oh god, I want that now.
For Vilo, I will wear anything.
Give me 5
They-
minutes and a sewing machine. I can do it.
if you want a different novelty hat, like one where you can put 2 small steins of beer and sip through this thing here. You can get that as well. I mean, if you want to, it would clash with your horns, though.
Get inebriated while I'm trying to cheer for my boyfriend? No.
You know, Upson, I'm very impressed by your ability to talk through walls.
What do you mean? I'm
From
here.
Vilo's perspective,
I wasn't
talking to a brick wall.
What do you think I work here as a vendor as well?
Oh, frankly, I don't know what to think.
The player actually used a different voice and everything.
Fair enough.
If you want to, I can show
Get your
him.
novelties here. Get your novelties here. Full horns, full fingers, butt scratchers.
The bullhorn right over here, my good man.
There you go, my lady.
How much would that be?
What?
Here's at this moment, Icey regretted letting his players do whatever the hell they wanted.
I was about to say, like,
Ice is
lost
getting things
control.
ready.
yeah. I just can't help but think
chaos
it's like,
idea.
All
That
DMs know
meme.
that it's very easy to lose control.
yes, I'm aware of this.
This is why I have the whip. Get
All
back
the-
on the script.
All that DMs have is the illusion of power.
Don't I know it? Don't I know it?
Okay,
I don't even have that!
I got everything.
You
I
might-
set up.
You just watch your little lady Claudia.
So, got everybody in, and the nightly tournament is going to start up. Here in a second. I actually look through what music I have.
I do like the idea that somehow someone bet half a copper on Upson.
Yeah. And to be honest, I just saw just peeked out the door and could catch a glimpse of that. It's almost insulting if I didn't know that I was probably hosted by my own loud mouth.
Do you know what would be more insulting? If someone bet a piece of Electrum on you. Like, who takes
Yeah.
Electrum pieces?
Yep.
Look, it's like the $2 coin. The $2 bill. I wouldn't touch that with a foot-long pole right now.
Is that a thing?
A $2 bill?
Yes,
Yes.
$2 bills exist.
Just like the $1 coins.
But they're used so little that a lot of people in the United States think that they're fake.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, $2
You don't-
bills? Yeah. They exist.
Dollar coins aren't used widely.
Yeah,
Yes.
they should. It's so much easier to deal with coinage than it is notes.
I mean, we use pound coins quite frequently here.
Okay.
Yeah, because we're used to it. We're like that's one of the things I don't like about going to the States is all your notes are the same fucking size, the same fucking color, so you have to pull out a wad and fiddle through to see what's a 1, what's a 5. It's only the past few years. The past few years, you've made it look like now that someone has dropped die on one side of it, so you can tell if it's a 10 or a 20 at a glance.
I had no idea they all look the same.
They do.
I thought it was like ours, where it's all like different
Nope.
sizes and different colours.
Nope.
You get
Now
one
they're
different
starting
picture
the
and that's
different
it.
colours. Now they're starting the different colours to a degree on
Yeah,
the
it's a small
the front
stain
side.
around the
On the
money,
higher notes,
around
yeah.
the number.
Which is, I mean,
Now, the differences between European and American currency is ridiculous. Like, you can tell from across the room the difference between a tenner and a 20 here because they're different sizes, they're different colours, and they're different patterns. American money? Impossible.
Well,
Anyway,
I'm sure there's reasons behind that, but
that
anyhow,
rant aside.
I have everything I need for the moment. So, go ahead and get the tournament started.
Hi, Lucy. Hi,
After all the contestants for the tournament get in and get squared away, and all the spectators make their way inside, the crowd is already murmuring and cheering on as a large dwarven man steps out of... Let's see. Steps out on the balcony here. It's just... Yep, there we go. And the crowd cheers loudly.
Hi, kitten. Come here.
And, real quick. What did you guys want to bet on who?
Dane put 500 platinum each on Vilo and Syldra to finish top 3.
500 platinum?
Yep.
You don't have that much, I think.
Yeah, I do. I have like 2,000 platinum.
Oh, shit.
How much is 10k gold in platinum?
I will do a conversion for you. I had no idea you
1,000.
actually...
Yeah, it'd be 1,000.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 platinum.
So,
Because that's how much I
Sure.
put on Vilo.
I said Vilo and who, Jurnis?
Syldra.
I had no idea you were actually keeping a track of your money in actual platinum, Jurnis. I've just been converting it to gold.
Same.
And then,
I confused myself too much
Frux,
with
who
that.
did you want?
Hi, sweetheart.
What was your bet? What did you bet?
I didn't bet anything. I'm just saying someone bet half-orc on Uspon
Okay,
as a joke.
Frux, what did you bet?
Okay.
Oh, 1,000 platinum. On Vilo.
Alright. So, go ahead and actually...
Make up your mind. Do you want to cuddle or what?
The answer is yes to both.
It's like, pet me. No touching, only pets. This is the false dichotomy of the cat.
Yeah. Which is like a 3-year-old, only less vocal. Usually.
As I was, now that I've gotten all those bets written down, as I was saying, the large dwarven man steps out on the balcony here and quiets the crowd. Hello and welcome to the nightly arena tournament. Crowd cheers loudly.
Huzzah!
Tonight we have some fresh blood in the tournament, and I hope you'll cheer them on as you have in the past. But they're outsiders, so they might not last very long. And the crowd kind of laughs a little bit.
My dear, I do believe he's underestimating your delightful side of beef.
Only they knew we killed the Cerberus.
Starting tonight's tournament, we have the old favorite, Dave the Berserker! And from this portcullis over here, you see the gate open as... Let me get the token here. As they... come on, goddammit.
If you totally is not Conan.
As Dave the Berserker steps out onto the field. And fighting him is the newcomer. That's... where is your new token? We'll be right after these messages.
Below.
Right back.
Remember, your nightly fights are sponsored by Dave's Pretzel Cart. It's not a pretzel unless it comes from Dave.
Buy a butt scratcher today!
Scratcher, butt scratcher.
The monk, Syldra. And as you get pushed out towards this portcullis over here, and you should be able to control that token.
Yep. Step forward.
Now, our returning champions know the rules, as does the crowd. But for our newcomers, this is no holds barred to the death. The crowd wildly cheers. Now, I want a good fight. Be as fair as you can. And begin. So
Do we have a
if
turn
you-
order?
Yeah, let me get that up.
Roll
Roll initiative.
Wow.
Nice. Syldra's pumped.
I wonder who's going first.
You never know, Dave might get an at 22. And he might have higher decks, you never know.
Oh, I thought you rolled a 0. I mean, how could he roll a 0? Oh god, I'm so dumb.
As the
Well,
boy,
if he
has
had
on
a
several
negative
occasions been
modifier.
-2.
That's
So,
true.
let me get the...
Oh, God. Thanks, Kubur. Now I have the Imperial announcing from Oblivion in my head.
I know, that's why I shared it. Every time I thought about this, it's been the first thing that comes into my mind.
Since it's a one-on-one, I won't bother to mix up the order. Syldra, you're first.
Turn. Oh. Okay, so just first, right? 1 second.
Yep.
You just zoomies towards him. He goes, hope you're gonna give me a good fight. And she's leading with conventional unarmed strikes.
Okay, so that 11 is not going to hit, but the 18 and 21 are.
C18. That's a 21.
That's 16. You pound him in the chest twice to see grunts and rolls to his left or rolls to his right and gets on your side and tries to swing at you with his great axe.
Okay.
And 17.
That will miss.
You dodge out of the way as his great axe slams into the ground. It's your turn.
So just smirks. He goes, looks like I might have to pep up a little. Okay,
24 and 17. Roll them. Okay.
And she's going to use her movement to get behind him.
Alright. So. Again, he's going to swing at you with his axe. And does 19 hit you?
19 will hit.
Alright. So. That's 1d12, 2d12. Oh, actually, nope. I only needed 1. Okay. He is going to hit you for 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay. Syldra just grins. And she's going to unleash another 3 strikes, this time switching elements to Blue Dragon.
Only the 20 is going to hit.
He's a beefy boy.
He roars and screams. See,
Gotta say you're a lot more fun than that Cerberus thing we found in the fireplace.
tries to roll behind you. And 19 again.
Okay.
So. Have damage. After he rolls, he cleaves his great axe up. Great axe up and across your back.
Okay, how much damage?
6.
6. So they're just smirks and goes, yeah, I think I have to. I want this to go on forever, but you kind of have a bit of a time limit, so.
The 18 and the 23 are gonna hit. Okay. He's looking very tired now. Very bloodied. As he again tries to attack.
You got him on the rope, Syldra!
23.
23 will hit.
For 5 damage.
Okay.
He brings his axe down onto you and catches your arm.
He just grins and basically goes into Dragon Ball Burst mode.
Full damage.
Delivering 26 punches in 6 seconds.
Yeah, you watch as his body just like shakes with each punch as your last one knocks him across the arena.
I'd say there's a lightning coming off her as well because of the blue dragon energy.
As he's laying there twitching from the lightning.
Well, that was fun.
The crowd is reserved as, for now, nobody's beaten the Berserker before. They quietly clap for you. Well,
Shock them, Syldra! Well done!
what an interesting turn of events! You watch.
When's the next guy coming out?
You will have your turn.
Oh, okay. Go about the same way, right?
Yes. And you all watch as from over here 2 dwarven clerics come out with a little stretcher and pick the berserker up and carry him away.
God, that was shocking.
Alright, so how did Dave shape up?
He was okay. Had to kind of up the ante for a second, but I kind of wanted to go early before I use my draconic key on my attacks. But
I hear that. Don't want to burn yourself out on the small fry.
I just wanted to have a bit more fun.
Understandable. Been long overdue for fun.
Okay. So, gonna pop you there for now. You're not in the audience. You're just out of sight.
Yeah, I know.
Do we get healed between rounds, or is it
Probably not.
just one?
All in one.
Yeah. You're
To the
all
death.
you're all at the same disadvantage, so it's kind of equal.
Fair enough.
Up next, we have an old pro, Uspon Lainstoots, the fighter. Apparently, he's a veteran to gladiatorial events, so wish him well as he fights the ogre. And
Of
Should
course.
we have taken out some life insurance on Uspon?
Hey, Vilo, if I don't make it out here, just scrape me off the floor, okay?
Do you want me to avenge your death as well?
Nah, I think I'll be fine.
I just wanted to ask. Go get him, Tiger.
as out of the side.
Now you get to see what
Thunders.
Upson's like. Out of the party at his full potential.
Alright, and roll me
fuck.
initiative. Reroll that because I didn't actually. Okay. So.
Are you going to decide when you're moving?
Right! And
Alright.
Upson, you're first.
Let me just figure something out. Okay. Uspon is going to make his way over here, and I really hope these local javelins are what they're good for. And as he throws one at the ogre, and misses completely. Let me just roll a d100.
Alright. You just watch as your javelin impales in the wall over here.
Well, to
You went
keep
super
the fight
wide.
interesting.
So,
Your
the ogre roars at you and stomps up to, runs up to you and tries to bash you with its club. And smash himself in the foot instead.
Looks like both of us aren't having our best day today, eh?
And he's going to take 8 damage from that.
Oh, you poor little thing. Yeah, let me try helping. If that's its turn.
Yep. Go ahead.
Well, in that case, Ice Warhammer number 1.
Alright, that's gonna hit.
My gosh, Uspon is not a good sportsman. Holy crap.
Look, it's no holds barred, no weapons barred. So,
No meanies barred.
The Warhammer smashes into the ogre's side. And that's also going to hit.
Second attack for 10 more points of damage.
Yep.
I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to cool the hurting bits. That track is way too short, by the way.
Roars again. And 24.
Hits.
Alright. You're going to take 7 points of bludgeoning.
7 points of bludgeoning. So I'm taking 4 because I'm still wearing my armor, which protects me against bludgeoning damage. Okay, that hurt. You know what? I've heard from the gallery that people want me to fight a little bit more fair. So, you know what? We're off to a rocky relationship, aren't we? 16.
He's gonna hit. Alright.
Oh wait, we're in dueling. We're one-on-one. Oh well. Let's just
very bloodied and very haggard now, as he swings at you again.
No, I still get my second attack, sir.
Sorry about that.
And I whip it.
Yep, 9's going to miss.
Yeah.
So, we saw these bones.
Yeah, the stone wall is one-handed.
The two-handed
It doesn't
weapon.
say it's not a two-handed weapon.
Oh, really?
It's not saying it's a two-handed weapon. It's not a two-handed attack.
Actually, it does say it's a heavy two-handed weapon.
Oh, great. Yeah, okay. Then that wouldn't have applied anyway. But yes.
19 hit you.
Yes.
You swing wildly, and you take 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof. Okay. Minus the 3 points of bludgeoning damage that I get from my armor protection. Okay. You want this the hard way, okay. I see. The one?
Oh.
Do I need
Yep.
to go for it too?
Nope. You swing your maul, and you hear a sickening crunch as arm and ribs break, and he collapses over here.
Oh. Guys, you might want to pick him up.
The crowd cheers loudly as again, well, this time the dwarves come out and they just lash ropes around his legs and drag him off the field.
I'll be seeing all of you a little later.
Do you think the cleric's... Ah, Jesus! Was that really necessary, Chi?
Are you okay, Jurnis?
Chi was trying to jump up on my desk to get in my arms. Halfway through her jump, she realized that Lucy was already in my arms, so in her attempt to stop herself, she dug her claws into my side.
Ooh. Not fun.
Aren't they, share?
Okay, and the ogre now has a name. Oscar.
Oscar the Ogre.
Oh, hey, Upson! You lived! I heard Oscar say how he's going to peel you like an onion.
Oh, trust me, he's got a little bit more brawn than brains, but he got me good. I'm not going to deny that.
Well, evidently you had more layers than he was expecting. Like cake! Cakes have layers!
Well, whoever Tabaxi owes these kittens, come and get them off me!
Up
Oh my
next,
god. I'm picturing Dane like hanging from a chandelier, and these big Tabaxi kids all clawing at Dane's feather.
Adam,
Help,
control
someone!
your children!
Up next, we have. I need to get this token in here. We have Kunk, the Chain Ogre.
Chain Ogre.
In the crowd.
Chain Ogre here.
Some boo, some cheer, as
Bad.
This ogre covered in heavy chains and metal balls comes out, rattling loudly and roaring.
I wouldn't
And
want
his
fighting
opponent.
against him.
Vilo Boldbody, the Minotaur.
Oh yeah.
I
Hell
can't
yeah!
wait for your kid.
Vilo's gonna come like barreling out, and he unleashes like a mighty bellow as he proclaims, "Who bought the beef? Vilo bought the beef!" And he points right to the chain ogre. And chains are meant to be broken.
Yeah, I'm marrying
You know-
that.
Roll me an intimidation.
Hell yeah!
Do it. Intimidate him. Go for it. I hope you succeed.
That's gonna be a wisdom save, right?
Aww.
I
never
would have
know.
gone basic. I would have gone for a bit of a performance check if, because that sounds way more like a wrestler.
Hang on.
He
With
might get
intimidation,
darkish.
what does it need to counter?
Wisdom.
Okay, the wisdom save.
Against 9.
You never know.
-2. Yep, he got 4.
Yeah!
He's a little intimidated now. I'll say he's got disadvantage.
You got him scared, Vilo.
And let me remove clear.
He should be! And that, Vilo points to Cloak, is my beautiful soon-to-be wife!
He just blushes and shyly waves to the
If you
crowd.
want to roll me initiative.
Alright, will do.
What you gonna do when the Boldbody comes for you?
Okay. You're up first.
Yep. So immediately flying into a rage, Vilo is going to start off by dashing all the way to the Chain Ogre. And he's going to use a Goring Rush. So he's going to attack with his horns.
Okay. That is going to miss, I'm afraid.
Dang! Let me check extra attack. No, it specifically applies to the attack action. This is a bonus action, so that is Vilo's turn for now.
Alright, so he is going to $15.
Miss.
Actually, hang on. That would be actually 21. Sorry.
Hit.
Okay. So he is going to rear back with his fists and slam you square in the chest. I'm gonna say it knocks you 5 feet back,
Oof.
Okay.
and you take.
I like that it's Vilo's horns.
Damn right, they're Vilo's horns.
Yeah.
You take 9 bludgeoning damage.
And halved because of rage, so that would be 4.
He did roll with disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still hit.
Dang.
Yeah, you can roll with disadvantage and still hit.
Oh, I know.
You get like 2 20s.
So, your turn now, Vilo.
Okay. Right, yeah, Vilo just snorts furiously, closes the distance again, and starts unleashing a can of hurt.
I just picture him being all like, "Hey, that was my
Mhm.
nose."
Yep, but Vilo's too angry for witty commentary. So he's just gonna swing with a stone wall. That hits.
Roll damage.
21 points of damage.
He learned that all from me.
And he's gonna follow up with his extra attack.
Who is
Gonna
this?
hit.
For 17 points of damage. And that is Vilo's turn.
Those were solid, chunky hits.
Oh, yes!
That's why he's gonna win.
It's like how Vilo said, he screams lots and hits hard. That's his thing. And that would be the end of his turn.
Alright, so you watch as the ogre grabs the longest chain and begins swinging it and swings it at you, and make me a dex save.
Okay. Oh, hang on. There's danger sense apply here. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. You have advantage on dex saving throws against effects that you can see. Yep. Yep. And an advantage then. 14.
Alright, means it beats it. So,
It's alright.
you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
And halved down to 2. It's good to be a barbarian, guys.
Love it.
Alright, and your turn.
Seeing as I play Barbarians Haraga, I approve of this 100%. I want Vilo and
Yep.
Haraga to meet up and have an adventure.
Ooh. Maybe we can make that happen one day.
Anything can happen when Rowan's involved.
Yep. Ooh. Okay. I'll think about changing my choices for the Battle Royale later. Now I've got a fight to win. So, second verse, same as the first. Stone Maul! Vilo!
Yep. Roll it.
As I said, he learned that all from me.
30 points of damage. Extra attack. Ah, there we go. Nat 1.
Yep.
Still pretty good even for a nat 1.
Yep. It's almost as if I made this character monstrously buff.
Roll me a D100.
Sure thing, buddy. 67.
I'll say with that, you swing it, the ogre dodges, and it slips out of your hands
Oh no!
and crashes into the wall over here.
Okay, I'm a mark that. So I can pick it up later.
Now the ogre's turn. He is again going to wildly swing the chain. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh dang, okay. Ten.
Okay. And I need you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you are knocked unconscious for 1 minute. And I'll say since this is one-on-one, that'll be a turn.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm halving that damage.
I'm not certain, but if he's not fighting, he might actually lose his rage at some point.
Yep. If Vilo doesn't rage for 1 minute, it passes, so.
So,
If you don't
Now
get
that-
hurt or hurt.
Oh, well, he's probably gonna hit me, isn't he? So...
Yep, it is to the death. And...
Come
Go
on, deep
ahead
gig.
and-
Get up.
I'll say this is with advantage now because you're unconscious.
Yep.
So that is 19.
That'll hit.
And take another 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And make me another con save.
Oh my god.
See what you did? You woke me up!
Yep,
That's-
still unconscious.
Oh no!
Doesn't look good from over here. Certainly.
To throw
looks
something
terrible.
at this.
Hang on. I need to check something. You have
Yeah,
advantage
I
on
need to check
strength
I need to
saves
talk
and-
to GM.
Ah, shit. I got nothing that beefs up my con saves.
And okay, so does a 17 hit you?
It doesn't.
Okay, so that hit smashes into the ground, and you did not take damage, so you are now conscious again.
Oh my god.
I will count that as your turn. So
Did you see my message, Icey?
yeah, I saw it,
Okay.
but he's conscious again.
I
So
know. I'm just saying, in general. Let me know.
does 25 hit you?
Yes, it does.
Oh no!
He punches you again, and you take another 10 points of damage.
Boy, I'm glad I have resistance.
Me too.
I'm glad of that as well.
Come on, Vilo.
You can
It's
beat
not
this
your
guy in his sleep.
Knock him out! Left, body
And
blow.
it'd be easy to be up any guy and asleep.
It's your
So-
turn, Vilo.
Thank you. Okay, I have choices. Nope. Hey. Eh? Yes, I'll take that calculated risk. Vilo is gonna rush over here and grab his stone maul. Matey
Yes.
can make an opportunity attack.
Opportunity. Okay. And does that be 22
Ella hit.
for 12 bludgeoning?
Okay. Just give me a sec. Doing math.
Smokey gets up and she's moving around. She starts walking around through the auditorium. She just gets up from the group and starts walking away.
You're
Okay.
going to miss the fight, my dear.
I'll be back.
Alright, and Vilo, now that he has the stone maul back, his most murderous weapon, is going to use the remainder of his movement to square back up with the Chain Ogre. And I think this time he's going to make it a reckless attack because he's extra pissed off. But let me double check though. Let's see, blah blah blah.
I personally believe that while you're checking, when he was knocked out, there were little angel cloaks dressed in bridal gowns and wings spinning around his head.
Absolutely. Okay,
Playing harps that have daggers on them.
so yes, Vilo is going to make those reckless attacks, which gives him advantage. 22.
Yep. Roll damage. All right.
19.
In your rage, you bring that. Actually, no. Your first attack's gonna do it.
Yep, good.
In your rage, you bring the stone maul down on his head as you hear very loud, sickening crunches and metal screeching from the chains as it all collapses together. The crowd cheers loudly as you're covered in blood.
Yeah. And the chains are broken! The biggest bell we possibly can. That was for you, sweetie!
I love you, Vilo!
I love you too!
Yeah!
And the clerics come out, tie a rope around his legs, and drag him out.
And Serenity returns to the group and sits back down, or stands, or whatever they're doing.
You missed the fight! He
I
kicked
didn't
his
miss it.
ass!
I didn't miss it, I saw.
Alright.
Where did you go, my dear?
And the next two, since
She does not... Sorry.
since a fourth is not since one of you guys is not participating, is I need a coin.
While you're throwing a coin, she answers back to Dane and says, and she leans in and whispers to Dane, and I'm gonna send the whisper.
Gonna say, you could just roll a d4.
Vilo, you look like shit. But, seems like the other guy looks even worse.
That stands to reason. Carry on with whatever you guys are doing.
Dane is just gonna nod at Serenity and just kind of pat her on the shoulder. It says, "Yeah, it's all right.
Thank you, Dane.
I could have used your help with those Tabaxi kittens, though."
I didn't see you.
After Vilo leaves the field, or leaves the arena, the announcer then calls out that the next two are going to be a hobgoblin captain and a bugbear chief.
Great, they got rolled.
I
You
see. I have a
watch-
question.
What?
Yeah, if we have potions on us, can we use them, or is that against the rules?
I will say it's against the rules.
Okay.
Makes sense.
All I
We
wanted to
will
know.
watch as the fight goes on for a good 10 minutes. The two knocking each other around the arena and getting very bloodied. But in the end, the bugbear chief comes out on top. The crowd cheers again as the hobgoblin is dragged off the field. What an exciting night this has been so far. Moving on to the next round, we have Syldra the monk versus Uspon Lainstoots.
They never get my name right. Syldra, you coming?
Yeah. So she should have her entrance, probably. Sorry, Epsom, but I'm gonna have to go all out.
It's alright. It's alright. I
What do you
mean,
think,
then
Cloak?
it's you against Vilo later.
I don't know who to cheer for.
Cheer for the one you bet money on, for crying out loud.
And let's see who goes first. Roll initiative.
God damn it.
We both rolled the same.
Reroll.
Reroll.
Wait. Okay.
If you're rolling a 4 as well, I'm gonna call quits.
I need to... 1 second. There we go.
Yeah!
Alright.
Yeah, I thought that was a 4 at first, and I was like, no!
It would have been fun, wouldn't it have been?
Yells.
So,
Those go dash forward. Sorry, Rabbit Upton.
It's alright. Oh!
She'll cycle
Yeah.
between strikes.
Yes, no, no. Yes, no, no.
Huh? Oh yeah, there we go, yes. Oh no.
5 points of lightning damage, okay.
Should be acid, sorry. Clicked on blue, I should have clicked on black.
Anyway, It's 5 points of damage. Alright. I hope you don't mind me doing this then. Unless the DM has anything to say in the meantime.
Go ahead, this is just you two fighting.
$23.
That'll hit.
Nine bludgeoning, 2 cold.
1 second, 1 bludgeoning, 2 cold.
9 bludgeoning, 2 cold.
Right, so that's 11, right?
I wasn't
Oh.
certain if you had any resistances.
Yeah.
And then a 12, which certainly misses, I'm afraid.
Yep, 12 will miss.
Alright. I mean, if you beat me into a pulp, then make it at least theatrically.
Syldra is going to spend a key point to do flurry blows. And go
Alright.
straight into White Dragon mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1 meets it, beats it. 2, yes. 3, no. 4, definitely. 5, yes.
So 4 hits. Right, so 1,
Yeah, one
2.
of them critical.
3, 4.
Okay.
Oh, it's all 3. 1 second, I need to click another one.
Uh,
So that is 16... 30 points.
Oh, Upson is
so,
so...
Uspon has just fallen prone.
Serenity stiffens and begins walking away again.
Crowd
Ah.
cheers loudly. Throwing a bit of coin on the field.
Okay, I'm sending a message to you.
Dane's begun keeping an eye on Serenity, especially after what she said a minute ago to Dane.
Yeah, she's hurrying.
I would.
Yeah, Syldra's definitely overpowered. Please note.
Monks, man.
He's a
monks.
Sildra's part of the group.
Syldra is actually going to help Upson up to his feet.
He's still limp. He's 0 hit points, so
The
Oh,
he's
right.
just hanging there like a bag of potatoes.
Just does. Oh.
If it doesn't work, and all she can do is be helpless, then that's fine. But I just wasn't.
I'll say, as you make your way down the stairs to try and jump into the arena, you watch the clerics come out from the entrance here,
Syldra just kind of carefully hands Upson to the clerics.
and
Yeah.
you see the flash of magic as they cast Cure Wounds and give him
Serenity calms down and
4 points
walks
healing
back. Yeah, Serenity
Pardon?
calms down and walks back.
As you turn
I
around,
didn't
Dane's
get-
right behind you. You can see Dane's like getting ready to grab you. It's
Uh,
alright, my
I'm
dear.
telling
Alright.
you- So right now he's now back up to 1 hit point. I'm saying. So
yeah, you got 4 points.
And she says,
4 points.
and
Okay.
I can't leave because this is still a threat situation. So
Don't worry, my
yeah.
dear. No one is in danger here.
This is
I
a
appreciate it. Then.
This is
So we
a
need to
controlled
talk.
situation.
Sylvia, we need to talk.
I know I wasn't anticipating this happening. I'm sorry.
The only thing that's truly in
Sorry,
danger here is
I'm-
Upson's pride.
I'm sorry. To be honest, I thought you could take it.
Yeah, I had probably gotten a little bit worse off the last fight. We can discuss this when we're out of sight. Now come
Okay.
come after us.
Yeah, so just-
boys, just drag me in.
Just drag me in.
Alright.
I hope they drag him by his ankles. That's
Yeah, and of course,
behind his head, like just relaxing.
well,
And then-
Vilo, I don't get to fight you.
Yeah, I kind of figured it would go as such.
You're all mine.
Yeah, sorry, don't want to be mean about it, but like with Serenity, I made a statistical assessment.
Well, if we two hadn't squared off, Syldra and I, we might have had a slightly even-handed fight, my friend. But yeah, I'm sorry, I've been a little bit of a letdown there, Syldra.
Yeah, it's okay.
I won't do that.
I know you want the fun kind of fight that goes a little bit longer than just blowing at someone and then fall over. But you got me good with those many hits.
Never underestimate a monk. Anyways, so after you guys leave the field, the announcer once again goes, "What an amazing fight! Over too quickly, though, for my taste. But continuing on, we have Vilo Boldbody versus the Bugbear Chief."
He's been demoted from captain.
No, the
Hobgoblin.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. You gave me a really good concussion there.
Until a hobgoblin from a captain without a program.
Vilo, if you want to step out on the field, I get
I'm
this
just-
token.
Okay.
I'll be cheering you on, my friend.
Oh, thank you, Ups. It's very kind of you.
Question:
Yes.
Has the bugbear already taken damage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He's already fought, and I've rolled what damage he would have taken.
Nice.
So, turn. Roll initiative.
Hey, you better give me all you got. That's not much. I stole it anyway.
Kick his ass!
Where did you get that
Alright,
flag with
so-
Vilo on it?
He made it.
You say that, but the vendor guy has probably already got a whole cart of Vilo merchandise.
Yeah.
And buy your entire stock.
Funny, he also sold a fake mustache. One.
Oh,
This one out of season 5 minutes ago.
does a
Yep.
15 hit you?
No.
So you watch as the bugbear pulls a javelin from his back and slings it across the field at you, but it just collides into the wall beside you. He then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 starts running towards you.
Oh, it's so kind of him to do. So, Vilo's turn?
Yep.
Okay. Flies into a rage. Because he is full of it right now.
I like how
And-
big he gets when he does that.
He does become exceptionally fluffy, doesn't he?
And springy too.
And Vilo's going to charge ahead. And start making attacks of unreliable. You do with 21 hits.
Yep, 21's gonna hit.
Yes, that's a spicy 18 points of damage. Following up.
Roll it.
Another 18. Beautiful. And that'll be Vilo's turn.
Alright, so. Alright, give me a second. Dice on the run.
Did you drop him?
Dice
that's the kind of speed I'm
try
talking
to
about.
escape.
Come on, Barry, show me your war face.
I didn't get it. Okay. So. Alright, net 20 for his first attack.
Oh, that'll definitely hit.
Going to swing his Morning Star.
It's
And
bludgeoning
you
though,
take...
The Morning Stars are bludgeoning though, right?
Nope. You're going to take 10 points of piercing damage.
Which I believe Vilo is still resistant to. Let's see. You are resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Okay.
So that was 10, yeah?
Yep.
Ding, ding, ding. 5 points of damage. For the beefy boy. Alright, Vilo's turn. Oh, sorry, carry on.
He's got a second attack. 19.
Ah, hit.
4. 11 plus 3 is 14.
Okay. Basic math. Why must you fail me? 7. 7 points of damage when halved.
And it is now your turn.
Okay. Angry boy is gonna keep swinging that stone maul. Because it works really well, guys. Nat 20. Really, really well.
Yep, roll damage.
That's 29 points of damage.
Whoa!
That's a lot of damage.
28.
Oh, god damn it.
You may have time to math.
He did the math. He did the monster math.
Okay, so with all that, the first swing brings down, and you watch as it hits against his head and breaks off part of his horn, and then your second hit, as you bring it down, smashes into his shoulder, and you hear the sickening crunch of bone breaking.
Oh, yeah.
As he collapses to the ground, defeated.
Good. Vito's gonna let out the biggest, most bellowingest roar he can, and then he's just gonna look to Cloak and wink at her. Still going strong, love!
Yes, you can do this.
Now ready down!
Lally-ho!
Lally-ho! And Vito will depart.
That's going to be interesting.
Right, give you one second. Somebody joined? Who joined?
That would be Laxwallopop.
Hello!
That'll be Diana.
Diana!
Alright, so...
Who's just looking in?
She just wants to see a good show as Vilo wipes the floor with all of you.
Yes, because Diana's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, Vilo, you know who's the two last standing, right? And he points to Vilo and to Syldra.
Yeah, like I knew it would be. But you could have softened her up a bit more for me, Upson.
Oh, we come to the final match. Syldra the Monk versus Vilo the Barbarian. The crowd wildly cheers. They've been enjoying the show.
Well, it's hard to be a nat 20 anyway.
So, Vilo, do you want me to go all out, or do you want me to just pummel-ate you?
Go all out with the pummelating, I say! I've
Alright.
been looking forward to this.
So it just starts powering up, and that dragon aura surrounds her.
At this point, Serenity tries to get a chant going. Serenity tries to get a chant going. She is trying to hit the rhythm. So I would like to do whatever would be necessary to her to see if she can rile up the crowd around her to get the chant going.
That would be a performance, I believe.
Yep, you can roll me a performance. And
Come
what would you like?
on.
If it's good, what
Just
would you
literally,
like?
it's just Vilo. Vilo, 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 Vilo.
Vilo, 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 Vilo.
Yeah, and can I get advantage because Cloak is helping?
That is an actual action, which, yeah, you can get advantage if someone helps. Good thing, too, nat 20.
Alright, so then now the whole crowd is shouting, Vilo, 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 Vilo.
For you, baby.
So, what an exciting match this is going to be.
Damn right it's gonna be.
Fight!
Ooh, this music, I love it. Well, go on then, Syldra. Your turn.
Okay, 1 second.
Fight.
She's going to move forward. Once I select.
This is
And
Mega
she's
Man
going to open
Power
straight
Network.
away with
Oh yeah.
3 of blows. With white dragon strikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay. Nat 20 hits, 19 hits, and the 24 hits.
Okay, that's 1, 2, and 3. So
Okay.
that will be 25 damage.
Vilo has. Let's see. Yep, that will be 25 points of damage.
And they don't
Okay.
count as bludgeoning, do they?
Because I haven't
They
raged
do not.
yet.
No, they don't count as bludgeoning at all. It's cold damage.
Nope, that is true. Just doing math. Oh boy.
Now Vilo knows why Osmond's gotten wiped up.
Yep. I presume that's your turn.
That's her turn.
Okay. Been saving this. Not only a rage, but a frenzied rage. Let's make this count. I don't have a second wind!
No, I'm just figuring out that I should have gone for that.
Ah, yeah, you probably should have, buddy.
Yep.
Not a reckless attack just yet. That'll be when things get really bad, buddy.
Okay.
Okay, so let me see. Frenzy attack, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's start those attacks. First attack. 28.
That will hit.
So you take 19
She
points
takes
of damage.
19.
Second attack.
Okay.
14.
That will.
Was that a miss?
Yeah, that's a miss.
Bugger. Third attack. 21.
That'll hit.
Wait, wait a minute, I didn't mean to roll that. But the attack modifier is the same, so I just rolled a stone more damage again.
How much is that?
14 points. And that's Vilo's turn.
Syldra smirks. She's going to unleash 2 white dragon strikes.
Miss. Hit.
And she's going to use Step of the Wind to move back 50 feet.
Ooh.
I just need to double check this.
Oh god, she knows what she's doing.
Oh shit, she's a monk!
Things are really
Yeah, she basically just does like a punch
now.
and then as the hit comes, just flies, just like a backflips.
Alright, that's your turn.
And that's it. Yep.
Well, Vilo's gonna do a dash. And then make a horn attack. $18.
Meets it, beats it.
8 points of damage.
Yeah, that knocks her out.
Oh yeah!
Can Cloak run out into the arena and just give him a great big hug?
No contestants on the arena.
Oh,
Oh,
Alright. So, with your horns firmly planted in Syldra's chest.
Yeah, let's get those out, shall we? Syldra is a friend. He's gonna gently, as gently as a big boy can, pull someone off their hole.
Syldra is
off and then-
friend, not food.
And just drape her over his shoulder until the clerics come out. Then he'll hand her over to them.
And I'm just gonna say it.
She should have gone upwards.
I love this music, but I am gonna say, Mortal Kombat!
So happy right now.
And we have our winner, Vilo Boldbody, the Barbarian.
Yeah!
Serenity tries to start the chant again.
At this point, I'd say everybody's chanting his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just running around the arena, cheering, practically bouncing around.
As you do, people are throwing various bits of coin in the arena.
Yeah!
The unruly Tabaxi kids are trying to get a pretzel on your horns.
Fuck yeah!
And
Yeah,
at the same time, the clerics have come out and brought Syldra back.
I will say, Vilo will actually hop up a little so the Tabaxi kids get their pet of the horns.
Oh, sweet Jesus. I just learned Serenity makes a calculation in her head and says, Cloak, do you know how much money you've just won?
I know it's a lot.
You'll find out here in a second.
Yeah,
So-
and then she says, and you're getting married to him.
Hey, Syldra, how you doing? You fought really good.
Yeah, well, next time I know exactly what to do, so you won't be so lucky.
Yes.
Yeah, you might be right. You nearly creamed me.
Next time, learn to dodge.
I'll say, if you've gone around,
dodge!
if you've gone around and picked up all the coins they've thrown,
Oh yeah.
you have collected 780 gold.
All right.
Thrown.
I'll add that to my fat stack.
Okay. And
Thank you. You're all too kind. I'll be here for a week.
Don't mention Vilo's fat stack. That's very dangerous.
and let's see,
All right, that was 720, right?
780.
Thank you. Before I misheard. Lovely jubbly.
Oh wow, look in the Dice&Dolts chat. Look.
Yep.
It's perfection. And probably what's going to happen in a few moments.
Oh god, yes.
So, let's see. Jurnis, you had 500 on Vilo, 500 on Syldra.
Yep, to finish in top 3. To finish in top
Finish in
3.
the top 3. So Dane gets for both of them, though for Syldra a little less, because she's been a little less successful.
Let's say that was... Okay. So it is... Yep. I'm not trying to... Jesus, there we go. Okay. So, I rolled the odds on what the bookie put. So, for Vilo, you got 20 to 1 odds.
Oh god.
So, you now win 10,000 platinum.
Was that for Dane or
And-
for
For Dane.
Dane.
Cloak? 10,000 platinum.
Holy crap.
Because you put Syldra to place in the top 3. Technically, she won second place. So,
So, I Cloak on 10,000 platinum, yeah, or is that Vilo?
No.
No.
Dane in total has won 14,000 platinum for her bets.
I'd like to see how
10,000
much you've
for
won,
the winning
Frux.
bet, and 4,000 for the second place win of Syldra, finishing in the top 3. As far as Cloak goes, however,
I can't wait.
Wait, Moth tells me 20,000.
yep, 20,000 platinum.
So 200,000 gold pieces.
Yeah. I think you should start thinking in platinum pieces.
Yeah, that
I
way.
agree. I agree with it.
Now, if I recall Dragon Heist, like the actual in the book, the amount of money is like 50,000 gold pieces, right?
Yes.
So you just made more money than in the entirety of Dragon Heist.
500,000 gold pieces.
Oh,
is what
okay.
in there.
How
I
much
upped it to
platinum
platinum.
20,000 or 200,000?
You get 20,000.
20,000 platinum pieces.
You invested 1,000 after all, or did I misremember?
That's correct.
If you put 1,000 on Vilo,
The 20-to-1 ratio, so yeah.
My God.
Vilo, you beautiful bull.
That's me!
Vilo,
Told you it was certainty.
come here, Vilo. Give me a hug.
I'll give you a hug and a kiss.
It's set for life.
Yeah, good. We got a home to set up and a farm and all that.
Yes.
A
I
big
feel a
home for
little
all
bit
our
sorry.
kids.
I feel a little bit sorry for the bloke who spent half a copper on me.
Overwhelmed Cloak just like throws herself into Vilo's arms, and like it depicted in Bloody Luigi's picture.
Vilo
In
is
him.
just going to outright make the fuck out of you right there and there. Mm.
Wow, Vilo and Cloak are just living their best lives.
Yes, they are.
We're gonna die, aren't we?
Technically, two of
I
us
don't
did die.
I don't understand what you're thinking that for, Cloak. You're only a young, about to be married couple who just made incredible amounts of money during a crisis. I'm sure you're going to be fine, both of you. Relax.
DM, don't.
all
Speaking
of
of
a sudden,
relaxing,
Taras,
Cloak, I may take you up on
Tiamat.
that offer.
I'll bribe them.
DM, I have a question.
Yes.
In addition to the riches lavished upon me by the adoring public, did Vilo get anything else for his performance?
Let's see.
There's no
You
purse?
Ev,
Like,
Let me
like
roll. I will say. I don't know if this is picking up.
you rumped.
So you get
Nothing! Good day, sir!
Lisa, good day!
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Bloody, you're now on Aspen's shit list. Just be aware of that. I don't know what that means, and I don't want to know what that means, but
I'll say you get a grand prize of 500 gold.
Thank you. Greatly accepted.
I think that's a fairly good place to call it for now.
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, though.
There shall be revelry into the night, and we'll pick up on the next morning.
Yes.
We're all slightly hungover.
I was about to say on that note, Vilo will pay for everyone in the tavern all night.
Really?
Yeah.
Not me? I mean, you wouldn't make a dent in me.
Vilo's the champion of the people now. He loves the people, and the people love him.
You may regret
Alright,
that
you
when you
amongst the
realise
whole
this place
cloak.
is full of dwarves.
Vilo was raised by dwarves. He knows what to expect.
These are his people.
Yeah.
You know, it's fair because it is Vilo's day after all.
I believe me, Cloak can show her appreciation and gratitude in other ways.
Well, you know darn well she will.
I'd
In a
say
way, I
Syldra
would
does
just-
the usual, joins in the party, and then when everyone goes to bed, she goes to find the tree.
You got a lot to
honest,
choose from.
The only thing that I regret is that we didn't get to fight each other.
I mean, we can still fight, Upson, just not in the arena.
Well, true. I mean, then again, we both put a valiant first fight. It's just that they put me against someone almost your size in the first fight.
But you still came out on
yeah.
top.
Hmm.
Yep.
For that.
Come now, Upson.
I could...
Enjoy the party. You fought well. I'm sure we could find a nice lass in here for you.
Yeah.
I mean,
No. If everyone's good, we'll go ahead and call it a night. And as usual, play the game.
Vilo.
The first count would probably count as one. Or Syldra just fucking Uspon up in 2 rounds.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Let's-
Vilo charging her, catching her off,
Yeah, that was
She had-
pretty good.
and that ruined it.
Yeah.
You think he was gonna let you, like, get some room to breathe? He knows how you fight.
That's just it. She was going to do something that none of you ever seen her do before. So,
Exactly.
Sidestep while he's running at her?
no,
And
she
then to the spikes on the wall?
Was
no,
it the special beam cannon?
nope.
By the way, that is what Uspon would have done with Vilo in case he got him enraged at a distance. He would have tried to sidestep and let Vilo hit at least the wall.
See, that's actually a pretty good plan.
Why doesn't anybody think to do that?
It's like every Spider-Man ever whenever you're fighting the rhino.
Yeah.
Oh no. Syldra had.
Or the Bane fight in Batman Arkham Asylum.
All I will say is, if Syldra had remembered that she could fly, she'd gone straight to that rather than thinking she could stick on the ground. Yeah, she would have just carried out that strategy, and Vilo would have been down.
Yeah. But you did! So I'm the champion and you're not. No.
Again, it would have been interesting to see Vilo versus
Such a
Uspon, but
great,
hey, we're
graceful
going to
winner.
live another day, see it another day. Maybe in the gauntlets.
Fail of the game.
Uspon going
Both
down like a sack of
combatants.
potatoes.
Both combatants having a nat 1 in Upson's first fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was made for great comedy.
True.
Alright. Thoughts,
And that's
theories?
when
I don't know if the DM got what I whispered to him before the soldiers entered the arena, but shall see.
That was a long time ago. Icey's gonna have to scroll fairways up.
I don't remember that, yeah. I missed something, I guess.
This is gonna be a lavish wedding.
Hell yeah.
Oh! You gonna get elephants and stuff?
Yeah, Uspon will have to grow a fake beard.
In
Oh. Yeah,
What, in a plant pot? What do you
Also,
grew a
on
big
a
beard?
wall.
Isn't
I'll
that just
say for
stealing a dwarf's beard?
No, they make
that,
them. Sorry, you first.
that was Waterdeep Dragon Heist, where we needed
Yep.
the beardless dwarf.
Get a nice three-piece suit for your moustache.
No, Uspon. Dwarves make prosthetic beards now.
I
I
love
just
that
thought I had
idea. I love that
Yeah.
idea so much.
That's amazing.
So I will say, not. Nobody was there this time, Syldra. We'll just work on that, and I'll
Okay.
probably have somebody next time.
Okay.
All right.
Now I am suspicious.
Yes.
Oh Jesus Christ! What the fuck? Okay. Anyways, so if everybody's happy, we'll go ahead and sign off here. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a good night from me. A good night from D.
Good night, everyone. Please be still kind to people. Please remember, washing your hands should be a forever thing you do.
A good night from Derkork.
Good night, everyone, and don't forget, if not everyone in your area can be vaccinated, please wear a mask for crying out loud.
A good night from Frux.
Good night, everyone, and love your cow.
Definitely, I agree with that 100%.
Words to live by.
Always.
Word of motivation.
Brilliant.
A good night from Jurnis.
Good night, everybody. I am now back to the level of wealth I am accustomed to.
How cute.
A good night from our champion.
Are you not entertained? Good night, everybody. You're all beautiful.
And finally, a good night from our second place kitty, Sephi.
Good night.
And good night, everybody. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Good night.